small gigs. Yeah, no, we've W7 X-ray Quebec testing. Yeah, good. Thank you. You sound awesome in here. Attention all stations calling the British Columbia Public Service Net. Good evening. At control tonight is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec. My name is Paul and I am located today in Coquitlam. I am at the Riverview Lands at the lovely station of Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. It is the club station for the Coquitlam Amateur Radio Emergency Services Society, and I am very grateful to Phil, Victor Echo 7 Kilo Juliet Romeo, and Ian Victor Echo 7 Hotel Sierra for allowing me to come down and try it out. I know this is Rolly's usual gig, and will continue to be. But I had the opportunity. They offered let me give it a shot, and I certainly had to jump in and try that. So anyway, it is a beautiful beautiful station. They have a lot to be proud of. If you ever get the opportunity to come on down and have a look, I'm sure that they would love to do a little bit of a tour for you. So you just have to arrange that with them. So anyway, let's carry on here. This net meets daily at 0130 UTC on 3729 kilohertz as a public service. And before I guess go too far, I should mention as well that we do broadcast the proceedings on YouTube. If you want to query British Columbia Public Service Net in today's date, January 12th, 2025, and you should find yours truly here somewhere in there, and you can pop in and have a look and tell me that I'm not as well dressed as Rolly, or not as handsome, or whatever. But if you want to look at your signal strength and stuff like that, and have a listen as to what your transmission sounds like, it's a good way to do that. So, anyway, back to the script here. This is a directed net. All stations are welcome. Please check in when your area is called. CW stations are asked to offset downwards 700 hertz to give us a clear tone on lower sideband. Please do not interrupt the net except for an emergency, to contact a recent check-in, or to correct an error. As well, to save time, please use standard phonetics. Before beginning our regular net activities, is there any emergency or priority traffic for the net? Okay, any liaison stations from the BC Emergency Net, the BC Northern Net, EMBC, or the BC Yukon Traffic Net?
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Juliet.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Juliet. Good evening, Al. How are you?
Not too bad for an old bone shaker, and I have no traffic from the BC Yukon section traffic net. Thanks.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Al. Appreciate you coming in there. Any other liaison stations?
Victor Alpha 7, Quebec Bravo.
Okay, I got Victor Alpha 7, Quebec Bravo. Is that correct?
QSL, yes. Stewart for the BCENCW net. No traffic. I had to come on voice for two reasons. One of which is you're about 30 over at my station in White Rock. It's the loudest I've ever heard it. I'm going to check my driveway. Also, you got more hair than Rolly. That's all I say.
Very good. I've never heard you using voice there, Stu, so that's why I was astounded. I didn't even, when you said your call sign, I'm going, VA7 Quebec Bravo, who is that? So anyway, no, very good. Thanks very much, Stu. Appreciate you coming in. And yes, using certainly the firepower here tonight with the signal, a lot more than my little modest 100 watts at home. So not that I'm denigrating my little station there, but yeah, it's very, very cool actually to be able to sit kind of behind the console here and do the net from here. So anyway, thanks very much for coming in there, Stu. Victor Alpha 7 Quebec Bravo. I have you checked in and with no traffic from the emergency net. Any other relay station or liaison stations? Okay, I will put a plug in for the BC Northern Net, which occurs after this net. I think at 0300 Zulu UTC on the frequency of 3775 kilohertz. I believe they start taking check-ins early at 0230. So if you want to jump over there after this net, feel free to go up and join them and say hello. And they do that net every Sunday and Wednesday evening. Okay, do I have any relay stations with me tonight?
Yeah, Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India.
Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India. Good evening, Eric. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Paul. Just fine, and hope you're doing well, too.
Yes, yep, I'm doing good. I'm kind of getting used to the setup here, and I'll be doing okay, I think. So anyway, thanks very much, Eric, for joining me. Always appreciate you being there. Anybody else relay stations tonight?
Kilo Lima 7, Quebec Kilo.
Kilo Lima 7, Quebec Kilo. Good evening, Ned. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Paul. You know, it's funny. You imagine what somebody looks like when you just hear their voice, and then you see them, and they're totally different. But you're Great on you too. I'll be here, Cal7QK.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Ned. Yes, my mother actually said I had a great face for radio. I don't think she meant it in a good way, though, but hey, here you go. So who knew? Anyway, thanks very much. I've got Eric and I've got Ned helping. Anybody else aboard for relays? Okay, let's carry on then. Let's go with check-ins from mobile or portable stations only.
Echo 7, Fox Sierra Romeo Mobile.
Okay, we got a couple of CW stations there, but we're going to take Victor Echo 7 Fox Sierra Romeo first. Mobile, go ahead.
Good evening, Paul. From Vernon, just north of Vernon. Please give my regards to Ian and Phil, over.
Okay, yep, very good. Thanks very much for the check-in. I will give a tip of the hat to Ian and Phil here for you as well, and appreciate your check-in. Now, Eric, if you could give me a hand with those CW stations, please.
Roger. I can do. The CW stations, try again. Yeah, there were two of you, but VE7 Zulu November came first. QAU, thanks, and 7-3. And you're 589, by the way. Okay, and the other CW? Victor Echo 7 Delta Sierra. Good evening, Don. Yeah, you're 599 plus 20 dB. Thanks for that, and 7-3. Was there another CW? No, just a bit of echoing on Don's signal. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, thank you very much. Victor Echo 7 Zulu November. Bob, I have you on the log. Thanks very much for coming in. And Don, Victor Echo 7 Delta Sierra. You're still doing great with your 12 watts there, so thanks for coming in. Anybody else, mobile or portable check-ins only?
Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform. Good evening, Dan. How are you?
Good evening, Paul. Doing well. No traffic.
No traffic is just fine. Thanks very much for your check-in. Anybody else, mobile or portable? Okay, let's go. Do you have anything for us from RAC there, Eric?
Yeah, Roger. Just one note that the RAC is now taking registrations for the basic course that will be online starting towards the end of the month. So if you know anyone that would like to take their exam or take their try and get their license, register for the RAC course. Details on the RAC website, www.romeoalphacharlie.charliealpha. In the bulletin.
Okay, thanks very much, Eric. Appreciate that. We'll send folks to the RAC website for further information there. So, all righty, we have any other announcements this evening? Do we have any stations holding health and welfare bulletins or any reports of silent keys? Okay, that is good news. This is a Sunday evening, so we begin our roll call in the north. Before I do that, though, do we have anybody that would like to make a station-to-station call?
Yeah, VE7 Fox Yankee.
Victor Echo 7 Fox Yankee. Good evening, Peter.
Hi, Paul. VE7 in Lima, Japan, VE7FY.
E7LJ, B7FY, 3760, Pete.
Be up there, thank you. Check me in.
Yeah, very good. Good evening to you as well there, Lauren. Victor Echo 7 Lima Juliet. You guys have a good QSO. Okay, let's go to the north then, and we'll go up to the top of the list here. Barrier, Burns Lake, and Grand Isle.
Victor Echo 7, Alpha Bravo Romeo.
Victor Echo 7, Alpha Bravo Romeo. Good evening, Martin. How are you?
I got a stupid cold, but it's pretty nice weather up here. Everything's going good. No traffic. Thanks for doing that.
Yes, thanks very much. Always appreciate you coming in there. Anybody else? Barrier, Burns Lake, and Grand Isle.
Victor Echo 7, Delta,
Victor Echo 7, Delta, Quebec uniform. Good evening. Any traffic?
no traffic from Fort Station.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you checking. Anybody else? Barrier, Burns Lake, and Grand Isle. Clearwater. Dawson Creek and Tumbler Ridge.
Victor Echo 7, X-ray Delta.
Victor Echo 7, X-ray Delta. Good evening, Tony. How's things in Tumbler Ridge?
Very well here, Paul. Very nice. Weather's been very pleasant lately. Can't say much else. It's that time of year. Anyways, it's still there. 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3 to you. Thanks very much, Tony, and we'll catch you next time. We're still looking for Dawson Creek and Tumbler Ridge. Fort Nelson and Fort St. John. Higgensburg and Kitimat.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, November.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, November. Good evening, Larry. Any traffic?
No traffic from Kitimat, thank you.
No traffic from Kitimat is just fine. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else? Higgensburg and Kitimat.
Alpha 7, Lima, Mike.
Okay, I got Lima Mike in there. I didn't get the prefix, so you want to go with the call?
Roger, Victor America 7, Lima, Mike.
Okay, Victor Alpha 7, Lima Mike. Good evening. I don't know the name there. Can you go with your handle?
Yeah, the handle is Doug, Delta, Oscar, Uniform Golf, and we have no traffic from Kitimat.
Oh, very good. Okay, well, thanks very much, Doug. Appreciate your check-in from Kitimat there. Anybody else up in that neck of the woods, Higgensburg and Kitimat? Mackenzie and McLeod Lake. Any of the mile houses, Horse Lake and Lone Butte?
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Tango Echo.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Tango Echo. Good evening, Butch.
Yeah, good evening, Paul. Looking good. I had to do a double take there for a sec there. I thought Rolly had colored his hair, but anyhow, very good for a Sunday. No traffic, 7-3.
Okay, thanks very much, Butch. Appreciate that. I'm blessed. I figure as long as I've got some follicles left on the top of my head, that should be everything's good. So, anyway, thanks very much. And who else do we have? Anybody else? Or the mile houses, Horse Lake and Lone Butte. Prince George.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Charlie.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Charlie. Good evening. Any traffic?
Good evening, and no traffic. And you can also check in Victor Alpha 7, Kilo Oscar, Quebec.
Okay, you've got Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Charlie, and Victor Alpha 7, Kilo Oscar, Quebec. Thank you guys very much for the twofer. You have a great evening.
Yeah, 7-3.
7-3. Anybody else in Prince George?
Victor Alpha 7, Whiskey November Whiskey, not in Prince George.
Yes, that would be Dave in Sheridan Lake. Slipped past you there, and any traffic for me?
Now I tried clicking the send button, and again, nothing. I forgot that the processor doesn't work with an amplifier. Anyway, you're looking pretty sharp in front of all that technology, Paul. I hope you have a fun time. Enjoy the limelight. 73.
Yes, indeed. Thanks very much. Yes, I had to give this a shot, and given the opportunity and the offer that Phil made, I said, yeah, I got to give that a try. So it is pretty amazing the setup that they have here, and being able to, I guess, show my mug on YouTube, doing the net. I don't know if it's a bonus or not, but anyway, there it is. So anyway, thanks very much, Dave. Appreciate you check in from Sheridan Lake. Anybody else? Mile Houses, Horse Lake, and Lone Butte.
recheck.
Go ahead, Butch.
Yeah, I just found a different radio, and I was wondering how it was doing, and I'm going to check it out on the YouTube there. Thanks a lot, Paul. 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. And yeah, you're looking 15 over S9 on the meter they have here, although I think Rolly has said that might not be exactly accurate. But yeah, go onto the stream there and have a listen, and you'll get a better indicator there. So anyway, thanks very much, Butch. We'll move along here. 100 Mile House and vicinity. Prince George. Prince Rupert and Haida Gwaii.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Delta Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Delta. Victor Echo 7, Echo Delta Zulu. You kind of almost blew me out of the chair there, Ron. Any traffic?
Good evening, Paul. Yeah, you're 5-9 plus into Prince Rupert tonight. No traffic.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much for your check-in. Appreciate it there. Anybody else in Prince Rupert and Haida Gwaii? Quinnell.
Victor Alpha 7, Lima Echo Charlie.
Victor Alpha 7, Lima Echo Charlie. A little bit late, but got you there. Come on in.
Roger that. Thanks for coming in. We are nothing to report from my station in Goldtown City. Have a good night.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much for your check-in from the Gold Pan City of Quinnell. Anybody else in Quinnell? Okay, I have been passed a note here that the S meter is accurate and that that was recalibrated a couple of weeks ago, so my information was a little out of date there. So if you do go onto the live stream there and have a peek at the meter, then you can get an accurate indication of what your signal level is like down here. One more time, anybody else? Quinnell. Smithers and Stewart.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Echo.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Echo. Good evening. Any traffic?
No, sir. QRU, you're 5-9 in Smithers, 7-3.
Very good. Thanks very much for the report into Smithers, and 7-3 to you as well. Anybody else? Smithers, Stewart, and Terrace.
Victor Alpha 7, Sierra Whiskey Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 7, Sierra Whiskey Whiskey. Good evening. Any traffic for the net?
Good evening. Harley here in Terrace. No traffic.
Okay, thanks very much, Harley. And from Terrace there, we got you in the log. Appreciate your check-in. Anybody else? Smithers, Stewart, and Terrace.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Alpha.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Alpha. Good evening, Pat. Any traffic?
Good evening, Paul, and all on frequency. No traffic, Paul. Thanks. 7-3.
Yeah, thank you. 7-3 to you as well. Have a great evening. We're still looking for Smithers, Stewart, and Terrace. Vanderhoof and Williams Lake.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Yankee Lima.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Yankee Lima. Good evening, Bob. Always nice to hear you. How are things?
Yeah, very good evening to you, Paul. Looking good on YouTube there. Fits the picture perfect. And I'm doing quite well, and I hope you are also. You look well. Anyway, good evening to the net, and I have no traffic for Williams Lake. Have a great evening.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. I am doing well today, and and having a little bit of fun here. So now I know what Rolly gets to do and how things pan out for him. So it's actually it's pretty cool. Anybody else? Vanderhoof and Williams Lake. North of 60, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Alaska. Okay, we are at the bottom of the roll for the northern section. Do we have anybody late or missed for their check-in for the northern section, BCNet? Okay, let's throw it out to the relay stations here. Eric, Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India. If you could call the northern section for me, and then throw it over to Ned, KL7QK, and see if you guys can round anybody else up.
All right, worth a try, I'm sure. This is Victor Alpha, Quebec, India. relaying for the BC Public Service Net. Any station from the northern section, call now.
Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray United.
Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray United, good evening.
Good evening. Boy, big signals tonight. You're 40 over, and so is just about everybody else. QRE now.
Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, you peaked 30 over on my meter, which is also calibrated. Thanks. Anybody else from the northern section, call now. Northern section for the BC Public Service Net. KL7QK, VA7QI.
Thank you, Eric. This is KL7 Quebec Kilo for the BC Public Service Net. Have we missed anybody in the northern section? Please call. So one more call. Any stations in the northern section that we may have missed for the BC Net? KL7 Quebec Kilo. VA7 X-Ray Quebec, KL7 QK. Nothing heard. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much, Eric and Ned. Appreciate the effort there. This is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec net control this evening for the British Columbia Public Service Net. I am using the facilities of the Coquitlam Amateur Radio Emergency Services Society at the Riverview Lands in Coquitlam, British Columbia, and the call sign for this station is Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. My name is Paul, and I'm normally located in Maple Ridge. Before we move into the eastern section, do we have anybody that would like to make a station-to-station call? Do we have any mobile or portable check-ins only?
Victor Echo 6, Romeo, November Echo, portable.
Victor Echo 6, Romeo, November Echo, portable. Good evening, Vern. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. All is well. Also check in Victor Echo 6, November Kilo Yankee with no traffic. Over.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Vern. I've got Nikki, Victor Echo 7, November Kilo, a Yankee checked in as well, and you guys have a very good evening.
Thank you, 7-3.
Yep, 7-3 to you as well. Anybody else, mobile, portable, CW, QRP, come on in. Eric, can you pick up CW?
Yeah, CW station, go ahead. The CW station, go ahead. Yeah, that's what I thought. D7 Bravo Echo Hotel, good evening. And QRU noted, thanks to you, 589 tonight, 589 on Quadra Island. And back to you, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much. Yeah, Glenn, you've got a great signal tonight, so thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate you checking on CW there. Anybody else, mobile, portable, CW, or QRP?
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Foxtrot Mike.
Okay, if the CW could stand by for a second, we're going to pick up Ron, Victor Echo 7, Bravo Foxtrot Mike, portable. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you very much, Paul. And yeah, you do look just as good on TV as you do in real life. But I have no traffic, and I'm going to go and shake up the guys on 3760.
Okay, thanks very much, Ron, for the little plug there. And yes, go give the boys an earful there. So, okay, there was a CW station in there as well. Can you pick that one up, Eric?
Yeah, I sure can. The CW station, go ahead. Victor Echo 7 Bravo Delta Quebec with a nice keying signal there, and you are 599 on Quadra Island. Thanks for that, and 7-3. Yeah, it did. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much. VE7 Bravo Delta Quebec, have you on the log. Thanks for your check-in on CW. Okay, let's go into the eastern section with Armstrong and Ashcroft. Cranbrook, Kimberly, and Invermere.
Echo Mike.
Okay, Victor, I think it was Victor Echo 7 India Echo Mike. Good evening, Mark. Any traffic?
Yeah, good evening there, gentlemen. No traffic from the Southern Rocky Mountain Trench, 730.
Okay, thanks very much for your check-in from the Southern Rocky Mountain Trench. Anybody else? Cranbrook, Kimberly, Invermere area.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Whiskey Mike. Good evening, Mike. Anything for the net?
Good evening, Paul, and to all on that, and I have nothing for the net, over.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much for coming in. Appreciate your check-in. Anybody else? Cranbrook, Kimberly, Invermere. Creston.
Victor Echo 7, Alpha, Oscar, Alpha.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, Alpha, Oscar, Alpha. Good evening. Any traffic?
Very good evening. No traffic from my station tonight. 73.
Yep, 7-3. Thanks very much. 5-9 down here on my meter. Anybody else? 'Cause I'm lost already. It's easy to get lost, actually. Creston. Enderby and Falkland. And Grand Forks and Christina Lake.
Victor Alpha 7, Fox Lima Hotel.
Victor Alpha 7, Fox Lima Hotel. Good evening. Any traffic for the net?
No, Paul, no traffic, just 7-3 to all on net, and everybody sounds pretty good tonight. You're coming into Christina Lake here at about 30 over 9. Have a good rest of the net, and looking good on YouTube there.
Great. Well, thanks very much. I appreciate that. You're about 15 over S9. So yeah, good signals tonight. Anybody else? Grand Forks, Christina Lake.
Alpha 7, Oscar Kilo.
Victor Alpha 7, Oscar Kilo. Good evening, Dave. Any traffic?
No traffic, Paul.
Okay, thanks for coming in. And anybody else? Grand Forks, Christina Lake. Kamloops and Lillooet.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform Charlie.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform Charlie. Good evening, Jack.
Yeah, very good evening. We're QRU 7-3.
7-3 to you as well. Anybody else out in Kamloops, Chilliwack, or Kamloops and Lillooet?
Victor Echo 7, Echo Mike.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Mike. Good evening, Gary.
Good evening, Paul. I have no traffic. 7-3.
And 7-3 to you as well. Do we have Victor Echo 7, Bravo, Papa Sierra with us?
Yes, good evening, Paul. Victor Echo 7, Bravo, Papa Sierra. No traffic, Paul. Looking good on YouTube. 7-3.
Okay, thanks very much, John. And I'm hoping Ken will be there bringing up the rear as usual.
At least 20 over S9 and sometimes peaking towards 30. Other than that, I have no traffic, 7-3.
Yeah, no traffic is fine, thank you. Yeah, you're 15 over S9 down here, so good signals all around. Anybody else? Logan Lake and Merritt. Nelson.
Victor Echo 7, Tango, Echo, Bravo.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Echo Bravo. Good evening, Terry. How are you?
Good evening, Paul. I'm great, thank you. You look like you belong in the chair. QRU 7-3.
Yes, thank you very much. 7-3 to you as well. So, yeah, it's kind of a little different actually, knowing that you're doing your thing in front of the camera. So, but for the most part, you ignore it. So, anyway, thanks very much, Terry. Anybody else? Logan Lake and Merritt. Nelson. Oliver Soyuz and Karamias.
Victor Echo 7, Alpha Papa Lima, Karamias.
Victor Echo 7, Alpha Papa Lima, Karamias. Good evening, Al. Any traffic for us?
No, we're QRU and just watching you on YouTube. That's pretty neat. Very nice technical show there.
Oh, it is. It's pretty incredible what these guys have put together, and kudos to the whole Amateur Radio Society here. They, like I said, they do have a lot to to be proud of. The station they put together, it is very impressive and very comfortable audio or operating positions too. So I feel like I've got the world by a by the tail here, and I got the finger on everything that's happening. So it's pretty cool with all of the screens and stuff that they have around. So anyway, thanks very much. I'll appreciate your check-in from Karamias. Do we have anybody else? Oliver Soyuz and Karamias.
27 Golf.
Victor Echo 7 X-Ray Golf. Good evening, Jerry.
Good evening to you, Paul. We have nothing from the net.
Nothing for the net is just fine. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else? Oliver Soyuz and Karamias. Penticton, Peachland, and Naramata.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, Juliet, Mike.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, Juliet, Mike. Good evening, Cliff.
And good evening to all on net tonight. No traffic here in Naramata. And back to net, 73.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. Thanks for coming in. Who else we have? Penticton, Peachland, and Naramata. Revelstoke. Roslyn Trail in Fruitvale. Salmo, Slocan, Edgewood, and the Cusp. Salmon Arm, Sycamoose, Blind Bay, Chase, and Sorrento.
Victor Alpha 7, Tango, Whiskey Lima.
Victor Alpha 7, Tango, Whiskey Lima. Good evening. Any traffic?
No traffic tonight, Paul, from Salt Lake, 7-3.
Okay, thanks very much. The name's Tom there, correct? Is the name Tom? Anyway, anybody else? Salmon Arm, Sycamoose, Blind Bay, and Chase. Summerland, Vernon, and Lumbee.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform India Hotel.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform India Hotel. Good evening, Ted. How are you?
Good evening, Paul. Doing pretty good. Your signal is about 25 over here and sounding nice and clear. I'm not on the YouTube, so I can't see what you're doing. Anyway, no traffic.
Okay. Yeah, thanks very much, Ted. Yeah, you're coming in gangbusters as well. Signals are really good tonight. You're about 15 over S9, and just about everybody's had really good, strong signals tonight. So band seems to be doing its thing tonight. Do we have anybody else? Summerland, Vernon, and Lumbee.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Zulu, India.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Zulu, India. Good evening, Bob. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Paul. Well, it's really good to see, put the face to the name here. And so we got you on the big screen here. I hope you got makeup all right for tonight. Anyways, I have no traffic for the net. You're 35 dB over here at my station on the peak. So, yeah, really good signals tonight. I got one more here for you, Paul. Stand by a sec.
Good evening, Paul. Victor Echo 7, India, Golf Bravo with no traffic. Thanks for doing the net. Have a great week. 73.
Yes, thank you very much, Grace. Appreciate that. Victor Echo 7, India Golf Bravo. I've got you down here. And Bob, Victor Echo 7, Echo Zulu, India. Yes, my XYL said that when I left the house that I should at least brush my hair. So anyway, you guys get a freshly coiffed net control tonight. Hi. Alrighty, anybody else? Summerland, Vernon, and Lumbee. Okay, that's the bottom of the roll for the eastern section. Do we have anybody late or missed for their check-in for the eastern section, BCNet?
Victor Echo 7, Papa Bravo Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 7, poor broke farmer. How are you, Frank?
Not too bad there, Paul. You're looking great on YouTube. I'm just looking. I didn't know you're doing YouTube today, but you're looking great. I have no traffic for the net. You also saw peak and 20 over.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Frank. Appreciate the check-in and the thumbs up there for the streaming. Anybody else later missed eastern section BCNet?
Victor Echo 6, Mike Juliet Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 6, Mike Juliet Foxtrot. I think that is Jim. Any traffic?
You betcha it's Jim, and I got no traffic, but you want to tell your makeupper he's got your eyeshadows are blurred. It matches the rest. Good job, buddy.
Okay, I will let the makeup department know that they need to pull up their socks there. So anyway, thank you very much, Jim, for coming in from Alberta.
Thanks. 73s.
Yeah, 7-3. Anybody else? We're still looking for later missed Eastern Section BCNet. Victor Echo 6, Lima Alpha Hotel, was it? Okay, thanks very much. Appreciate your check-in from Lloydminster. Okay, Eric, I want to turn it over to you for the East before you run off here. So Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India, if you could call the Eastern Section, and then throw it to Ned, KL7, QK.
Yeah, roger. Any station from the Eastern Section for the BC Public Service Net. Any station from the Eastern Section. No, it's very quiet. Yes, I think it's time for me to bail out. So with that, I'll say 7 and pass over to KL. QK, this is Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India, QFC.
All right, thanks, Eric. VA7 Quebec, India. Have a good evening. It's KL7 Quebec Kilo for the BC Public Service Net. Looking for anyone we missed in the Eastern Section, please call. Any later missed stations, Eastern Section for the BC Net, Kilo Lima 7 Quebec Kilo for relay. VA7 X-Ray Quebec, nothing heard, Paul, KL7 QK.
Okay, just got to turn the Vox back on there. So yeah, thanks very much, Ned, for that, and thanks very much, Eric. Always appreciate your assistance. The top of the hour there. So okay, I'll do a little ID here. This is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec. I'm the net control this Sunday evening for the British Columbia Public Service Net, and I am very happy to be able to use the facilities of the Coquitlam Amateur Radio Emergency Services Society Club station in the Riverview grounds in Coquitlam. This is Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. If you would like to look at the quality of your signal, they do live stream the nets from when they do them from here, and if you go on to YouTube and query British Columbia or BC Public Service Net, and then today's date, January 12th, 2025, and you should find the feed here. So anyway, before we move into Alberta and the East, do we have anybody mobile or portable, CW or QRP that would like to check in? Okay, without further ado, the British Columbia Public Service Net moving east of the Rockies. We're looking for check-ins now from Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and east. If you'd like to check into the BC Net, come on in.
VE6 Delta Whiskey Delta.
VE6 Delta Whiskey Delta, Wayne in Water Valley. Any traffic, sir?
Good evening, Paul. Hyde all on nets, and I have no traffic from Water Valley. 73, sir.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much. Good steady customer from east of the Rockies there, so thanks for that, for supporting the net there, Wayne. Anybody else east of the Rocky Mountains, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and east? Victor Echo 5, Sugar Whiskey Lima. You're pretty late, but I do have you. Any traffic for us? Okay, thanks very much. Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else? Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba.
Victor Alpha 6, Hotel Echo Mike.
Okay, we had a couple in there. Victor Echo 6, Hotel Echo Mike first. Good evening. Any traffic?
Evening, Paul. Name here is Mike, and the call again is Victor Alpha, Victor America 6, Hotel Echo Mike. Sounding great here in Calgary. No traffic there, Roger.
Roger, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate your check-in. There was another station underneath, a little light there. You want to try it again?
BC5, Bravo
Oh, VE5, Bravo Whiskey Sierra. Good evening, Blair. Any traffic for the net?
Easy calling everyone, about a half block west center. Please check it Demi as well. BC5 Juliet F November. Most no traffic. That's easy call, over.
Okay, thanks very much. Yeah, you're kind of a little on the late side, but I got you both. I got VE5 Juliet Echo November as well. Please say hello to Jen for us, and thank you guys for the twofer.
Roger, 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3. Anybody else east of the Rockies for the BC net?
Victor Echo 6 Alpha Papa Uniform.
Victor Echo 6 Echo Papa Uniform. Good evening.
Alpha Papa Uniform. We have no traffic, sir, from Rocky Mountain House.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your check-in from Rocky Mountain House. You're 20 over S9 here into Coquitlam, BC on the coast, so we got a good signal there tonight.
Oh, thanks for the report.
Anybody else east of the Rocky Mountains for the BC Public Service Net?
VE5 Victor Golf.
VE5 Victor Golf. I do believe that is Garth. Any traffic?
Yes, good evening. I have no traffic for net.
Nothing for nets. Just great. Thanks very much for coming in. Anybody else? Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and east. Okay, Ned, I'll throw it down to you, see if you can grab anybody there. KL7QK, if you could call Alberta and East for me.
Okay, I will do that, Paul, and you cleaned up most of the regulars that I usually hear. This is Kilo Lima 7, Quebec Kilo, relaying for the BC Public Service Net, looking for any stations east of the Rockies, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and points east. Please call. Anybody east of the Rockies, 6, 5, 4, 3s, and so forth, to the BC Public Service Net, Kilo Lima 7, Quebec Kilo for relay. Well, that's what I expected. Well, you picked them all up. VA7 X-ray Quebec, KL7QK.
Okay, thanks very much, Ned. Yes, I got a much larger set of lungs at this location than I do at my my home station. So anyway, thank you very much there. All right, this is Victor Alpha 7 X-ray Quebec, net control station tonight for the British Columbia Public Service Net. My name is Paul, and I am located at the facilities of Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie, which is the station for the Coquitlam Amateur Radio Emergency Services Society, and I have been using the station here and quite happily logging lots of check-ins to the net this evening, and very much appreciate the hosts. Phil, Victor Echo 7, Kilo Juliet Romeo and Ian, Victor Echo 7 Hotel Sierra for allowing me to sit in the chair. And even though if I don't look quite like Rolly, but and I certainly don't have Rolly's hat. So anyway, let's carry on here. If you would like to check out how your signal sounds and get a little report there and what it sounds like when you check in, go to YouTube and do a query, British Columbia Public Service Net or BC Public Service Net with today's date, January 12th, 2025, and you'll see a live stream of the proceedings here. Okay, before we move along, anybody mobile or portable that would like to check in? Anybody want to make a station-to-station call? Okay, let's go to Abbotsford.
Victor Echo 7, November Oscar Whiskey.
Victor Echo 7, November Oscar Whiskey. Good evening, Ken.
Good evening. I have no traffic here. Thank you.
No traffic's fine. Thanks very much. Anybody else out in Abbotsford?
Victor Echo 7, Charlie November Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie November Zulu. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Paul. You are looking good on YouTube, no doubt. We have no traffic for you tonight. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Bill. Still looking for Abbotsford. You know, it's the lighting. I think that's what it is. It's the lighting that they use. It just, you know, kind of brings something out, I think. So Yes. Anyway, thanks very much. Anybody else in Abbotsford? Burnaby.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform Romeo, November.
All right, let's pick up Bruce first. Victor Echo 7, Uniform Romeo, November. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Paul, and all on board. You're looking good on YouTube, and with all that impressive equipment behind you. Nice to connect face with a voice. Other than that, no traffic for you.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Bruce. And nice to hear you in there, and we'll listen for you again. Victor Echo 7, Charlie Tango Hotel. Brian, any traffic?
Hey, Paul, good evening, Nick. No traffic for me.
Okay. Something kind of went a little different with my headset here, but anyway, I can press on. So, anybody else in Burnaby? Chilliwack and Sardis.
Victor Echo 7, India, Foxtrot Delta.
Victor Echo 7, India, Foxtrot Delta. Good evening, Dave. How are you?
Doing great, Paul. No traffic from Chilliwack. Thank you.
Nothing from Chilliwack is just fine. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else? Chilliwack and Sardis.
Victor Echo 7, India, Golf Alpha.
Victor Echo 7, India, Golf Alpha. Good evening. Any traffic for us?
No traffic tonight.
Okay, thanks very much for your check-in. Anybody else in Chilliwack or Sardis? Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam and Port Moody.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Lima Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Lima Whiskey. Good evening, Richard. Nice to make your acquaintance this evening.
Yes, Paul, thanks so much for doing the net tonight. Looking on you on YouTube, you're doing a great job. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much for you guys hosting me. It is a lot of fun to be able to operate from a really nice station like this. So, okay, anybody else? Tri-Cities.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Tango.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Tango. Good evening. Any traffic for us?
No, the handle is Fred Foxtrot Romeo Echo Delta. You look really good on YouTube, so I gave you a thumbs up there.
Okay, thank you very much, Fred. I appreciate that. Appreciate you coming on and checking into the net tonight. Good to hear you.
Okay, thank you, and I'm QRU.
QRU 73. Anybody else? Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam and Port Moody. Delta, Ladner, and Sawasan. Hope and Princeton. Langley, Fort Langley, and Aldergrove.
Victor Alpha 7, X-ray, Foxtrot Mike, +1.
Victor Alpha 7, X-ray, Foxtrot Mike, Kent. How are you? And Rena will be your +1.
Absolutely, looking great, watching you on a video, and thank you for helping me out here in the relay when nobody can hear me. Otherwise, no, nothing from Langley, and here is, of course, Rena.
Good evening, Paul. This is Victor Echo 7, Romeo November Kilo. Thank you so much for taking the net. You look really good on YouTube, and I've got no traffic, 7-3.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Always appreciate your 2-for-1 there, and good to hear you guys. You're across the river from my home station in Maple Ridge, and I don't know, for some reason the path there isn't that great, so you got a great signal into Coquitlam. Alrighty, anybody else? Langley, Fort Langley, and Aldergrove. Maple Ridge and Pip Meadows.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Mike, India.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Mike, India. Hello, Leslie.
Good evening, Paul. Looking good on YouTube. I got you on the laptop here watching, so looks good. Anyway, I have no traffic, 73.
Okay, thanks very much, Leslie. I could say, well, we could maybe make arrangements for another alternate net control to try this, but I think you might take a little convincing.
I think I'd take a lot of convincing.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice to hear you check in. Anybody else? Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows.
Victor Alpha 7, Victor X-ray.
Victor Alpha 7, Victor X-ray. I can hear you loud and clear. How are you there, Mr. English?
Similarly here, I am well. Had a lovely walk in the woods up above my condo today. It was really lovely, and really enjoyed the sunshine. It was warm out. Just a great afternoon.
Yes, it was a beautiful day here in the Lower Mainland, and I know I heard yesterday people were talking. They were on Vancouver Island or in the interior. Oh yeah, it was beautiful. It was lovely and clear, and we had it pretty socked in, so it was nice to to get our fair share today as well. And I did the same thing. I went for a nice walk and just enjoyed the sunshine. Anyway, thanks, Paul. Anybody else? Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows. And we'll give a shout out actually to VE7 Hotel Delta Quebec, who is a regular check-in on the net. I know he's off the air temporarily here, so a shout out to Dave, and hope he's back with us here shortly. So let's move along then. Mission.
Victor Echo 7, India Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 7, India Foxtrot. The barn door was left open again.
It was. I was going to mention that soft lighting really softens up the wrinkles. You look much younger. Victor, nothing.
Yes, it's the oil of Olay that I use here in my older years. So. Anyway, thanks very much, Steve. Good to hear you in there. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Anybody else? Mission. New Westminster. North and West Vancouver. Powell River in the Sunshine Coast.
Victor Alpha 7, Mike Juliet Sierra.
Okay, we had two of you in there, but we'll pick up Michael first. Victor Alpha 7, Mike Juliet Sierra. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm well, Paul, and hope you are. Just got back here, and glad I managed to catch the net. You're a little stronger than normal tonight.
Yes, I actually was transplanted temporarily to the environs of Victor Echo 7, Sierra Charlie Charlie, and Coquitlam. So I have quite a bit more juice behind me tonight, so that's why I would be, a little on the stronger side. So anyway, are you going to be around for a few minutes? Might have you help me back clean up.
Sure, I can hang around.
Okay, thanks very much. There was another station underneath Mike there. You want to try it again?
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Zulu India.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Zulu India. Good evening, Bill. How are you?
Doing well there, Paul, and you're sounding really good on your new radio. No traffic for you, 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. Everybody's coming in gangbusters tonight. It's some really good conditions, so. We're still Powell River in the Sunshine Coast.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Bravo Papa.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Bravo Papa. Good evening, Mark. How are you?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic.
No traffic is fine. Thanks very much for coming in. Another call here for Powell River and the Sunshine Coast. Richmond. Oh, I think that is Rolly. Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Alpha Marine Mobile. Good evening, Rolly. Okay, thanks. You're a little on the light side here there, Rolly, but I'll let you know I'm not taking your chair. This won't be a permanent gig. Your position is completely secure. So anyway, you're who I would like to emulate. So anyway, thanks very much for coming in, Rolly. Good to hear you there. Anybody else? Where are we? We're in Richmond.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Sierra November.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Sierra November. Good evening, Nestor. Any traffic?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic from Richmond. Remember us when you're rich and famous.
Yes, the little people. It's all about the little people, right? Okay, thanks very much, Nestor. Anybody else in Richmond? Surrey.
Victor Alpha 7, Sierra, Juliet Tango.
Victor Alpha 7, Sugar, Juliet Tango. How are you tonight, Stuart?
A very good evening to you, Paul. I'm doing very well. Hope you are too. And I have no traffic, my friend.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your check-in. As always, sounding great. Anybody else out in Surrey? Vancouver.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, uniform Juliet.
Yeah, I think that was, Victor Echo 7, Lima, uniform Juliet, who would be the fellow I just actually met about an hour ago. Jason, how are you?
Doing interesting, though.
Okay, a little on the light side there, but yes, got you in there, and thanks very much for your check-in. Appreciate it. Okay, anybody else in Vancouver? Whistler and Squamish.
Can I sneak in, Paul?
Yeah, jump on in.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Bravo, Quebec. I got no traffic for you there, Paul. You're sounding good. I just got to sneak off to the traffic net.
No problem at all. Thank you very much, Jason, for coming in. And yes, please say hello to to Whiskey Juliet when you check in there for me. Anyway, thanks very much. We're still looking for Whistler and Squamish. White Rock. Okay, that is the bottom of the roll for the southern section. Do we have anybody late or missed for their check-in for the southern Lower Mainland section of the BC Net?
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Romeo Tango.
Okay, let's pick up Demi first. Victor Echo 7, Charlie Romeo Tango. Good evening. Anything for the net? Okay, no traffic it is. Thank you very much. There was another station underneath there. You want to try it again?
Victor Alpha 7, Golf Charlie Delta.
Victor Alpha 7, Golf Charlie Delta. Good evening, George. Anything for the net?
No, nothing for the net. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great evening. Anybody else later missed in the south for the BC Net? Later missed, southern section, Lower Mainland, BC Net. Come on in.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Charlie Papa.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Charlie Papa. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Ward out here in Tsawwassen. A lot going on. Visiting some friends and stuff today, and that's about it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. It was a beautiful day, so nice to spend it with friends and get out and enjoy some fresh air. So thanks very much, Warren. Appreciate you coming in here. Ned, I'm going to throw it over to you there, Kilo Lima 7, Quebec Kilo, if you could call the southern section.
Okay, I can do that. This is KL7 Quebec Kilo relaying for the BC Public Service. Looking for information we missed in the southern section, please call. Victor Alpha 7, Whiskey Whiskey Victor. Victor Alpha 7, Whiskey Whiskey Victor. Good evening, sir. Any traffic?
All quiet here in Sandwich, thank you.
All right, quiet and Sandwich. That's a good thing. Any other stations later missed southern section for the BC Net, KL7QK for relay.
Victor Echo 7, India Echo Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 7, India Echo Foxtrot. Good evening, sir. Any traffic?
No traffic from Abbotsford. Very good evening.
And a very good evening to you. Nice signal from Abbotsford. Any other stations later missed southern section BC Net, KL7QK. It about does it here. It does it, Paul. PA7 X-Ray Quebec, KL7QK.
Okay, thank you very much, Ned. Okay, this is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec, the net control station tonight for the British Columbia Public Service Net. I am at the controls at Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie, the society station at Riverview Hospital for the Coquitlam Club. Before we move into the USA, anybody would like to make a station-to-station call?
That explains a great signal.
Yes, actually, it's probably quite a bit better than it normally is there. Good evening there, Todd.
Yeah, about 30 over here. You're sounding really good. Good evening, Victor Echo 7 Golf Bravo Oscar. I'll be around for a bit.
Okay, thanks very much. Okay, let's move into the USA section. We're looking south of the 49th parallel for our check-ins. Anybody down south that would like to check in, come on in.
November 7, Uniform Bravo.
Kilo India 7, Kilo Uniform Sierra.
Okay, we had two of you in there. We'll pick up Mike first. Kilo India 7, Kilo Uniform Sierra. How are you tonight?
Good evening with no traffic.
Okay, copy, no traffic. Thanks for coming in there, Mike. Appreciate your check-in. And November 7, Uniform Bravo, good evening to you.
Good evening. Thanks for running the net. I have no traffic. First time checking into this particular net and just looking forward to listen to it.
Yes, very good. Come on by anytime. It's a British Columbia Public Service net. We take check-ins from all over the place, and we do have a spot actually for check-ins from our compatriots south of the border here. So feel free to come in anytime. We run 7 days a week. We get started at 0130 UTC on this frequency of 3729 kilohertz. So yes, please come on by and visit. What was the name there?
My name is Chip, Charlie Hotel, India Papa.
Okay, well, very nice to make your acquaintance there, Chip. And yes, please come on by anytime. Anybody else USA section for the BC Public Service Net?
Victor Echo 7, Delta Echo Hotel.
Victor Echo 7, Delta Echo Hotel, go ahead.
Yes, good evening. Just checking in. No traffic. So thanks for being there. It's 73.
Okay, thanks very much, Ron. Appreciate you checking. KL7 Quebec Kilo, Ned, can you make a call for the USA section for me? Over.
Okay, and do you want me to pass it around after that?
Actually, I think I'll save the rest of the relays for the very end here.
Okay, thanks. KL7 Quebec Kilo relaying for the BC Public Service Net, looking for any stations in the USA we might have missed. Please call. Any stations, United States of America for the BC Public Service Net, KL7QK for relay. Nobody came back. Back to you there, Paul, VA7XQ, KL7QK.
Okay, thanks very much, Ned. Appreciate the assist there. Okay, Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec Net Control for the British Columbia Public Service Net this evening. My name is Paul. I'm at the amateur radio station of the Coquitlam Amateur Radio Emergency Services Society. This is Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. We are going to move into the island section. Just before we do that, I thought I would also mention that if you would like to actually check your signal strength and what your transmissions sound like, this net is being live streamed. If you go to YouTube, if you type in BC Public Service Net and today's date, January 12th, 12th today, to 2025, and you should be able to reach us there. So anyway, I find it handy when watching Rolly do the net to listen to what it sounds like when my station checks in, and what my audio sounds like and signal level, etc., etc. So if you want to avail yourself of that, feel free. Okay, let's go to the island section. Before we do that, do we have anybody that would like to check in mobile or portable only? Okay, without further ado, let's go to Alert Bay, Malcolm Island, Port Alice, Port Hardy, Port McNeill, Was, and Northern Vancouver Island.
Victor Echo 7, Delta X-Ray Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 7, Delta X-Ray Foxtrot. There's Don. How are you tonight?
Good evening there, Paul. Yeah, boy, it was a great day today. A little bit cool. It's around about 5 Celsius right now, 6, so it's not bad day. Anyways, we have no traffic, Paul.
Okay, thank you very much. 20 over S9 down here in the coast. Good signal as always. Thanks for coming in there, Don.
Victor Echo 7, Oscar Romeo.
Victor Echo 7, Oscar Romeo. Go ahead, Merlin.
Yeah, you're 20 over, no traffic, big signal tonight.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your check-in from Vancouver.
It's me, 40 over, 7-3.
Okay, thanks very much, Merlin. Anybody else? We're looking for northern Vancouver Island right now. Top end of Vancouver Island, come on in.
AE7 India Victor November.
Victor Echo 7 India Victor November. Good evening, Ivan. How are you?
Sore. Is working on firewood all day today, but that's good. Keep me in shape. No traffic. Over.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much for coming in from Malcolm Island there. Anybody else? Top end of Vancouver Island.
Victor Echo 7, Yankee Oscar.
Victor Echo 7, Yankee Oscar. Good evening, Bob.
Yeah, good evening from Gold River. We have no traffic. Thanks for being there.
Okay, no traffic from Gold River is just great. We're now looking for Campbell River, Gold River, Quadra, and Sayward.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Mike Uniform.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Mike Uniform. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Paul. No traffic from the station at Campbell River. 73 to all. Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Mike Uniform clear.
Okay, thanks very much for your check-in. Anybody else? Campbell River, Gold River, Quadra, and Sayward.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Victor Romeo.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Victor Romeo. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Paul. Congratulations with your promotion. No traffic here. 7-3.
Okay, thanks very much, Mike. I'm not sure if it's a promotion or not, but yeah, the pay's not any better, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for that. Campbell River and area, come on in.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Alpha 7, Papa Delta.
Oh, Victor Alpha 7, Papa Delta. I thought I missed you there, Steve. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I did, just thought I missed it as well. I have in-laws in Campbell River, so I thought I'd check in Campbell River.
Okay, yeah, you're about an S8 or so. You're a little on the light side, but if you want to have a look on the stream there, you can see what it's like. So anyway, thanks, Steve. Victor Alpha 7, Papa Delta got you in the log.
Thanks so much, Paul.
Yeah, 7-3. Anybody else? Campbell River, Gold River, Quadra, Sayward.
7 Golden Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Golden Zulu. Good evening, Fern.
Sorry I'm late, but I'm QRU. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We'll take you in there. Okay, let's go to Comox, Courtney, and Hornby Island.
Victor Alpha 7, Charlie Victor.
Victor Alpha 7, Charlie Victor. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening from Courtney. No traffic this evening. Thank you. 73.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. Thank you very much for your check-in. Anybody else? Comox, Courtney, and Hornby Island.
Victor Echo 7, Kilo Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Kilo Zulu. Good evening. Any traffic?
Good evening, Paul. You're you're sounding fine, but more importantly, you're looking fine. I have no traffic.
Great. Thank you very much. I think there was wasn't there a, it was an old Saturday Night Live skit where it's far better to look good than to feel good or something like that. Fernando Lamas was the character there. So anyway, thanks very much for your check and appreciate that. Okay, we'll stand by here 1 second. Just popping over the the list here so I can log everybody. All right, let's carry on. Comox, Courtney, Hornby Island. Cowichan Valley in the Malahat.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Delta Bravo.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Delta Bravo. John from up on the Malahat. How are you tonight?
Very good evening, Paul, and everyone on net. I have no traffic from the Malahat. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else? Cowichan Valley, Malahat, Chemainus?
I'll say the word recheck. Victor Echo 7 Golf Bravo Oscar. No. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, all.
Okay, thanks very much for the recheck there, Todd. Got you in there. Cowichan Valley and the Malahat.
Victor Alpha 7, Bravo Delta Golf.
Victor Alpha 7, Bravo Delta Golf. Good evening, Brian. How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, and wondering how much power you're running here. 30 over up to 40 over at times, peaking here on my talking digital F meter. Over.
Yes, I am using the facilities of a substantially larger station tonight. The Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. It's the society station for the Coquitlam Club. And yes, we're running far more than the 100 watts that I normally do the net with. So, yeah, not surprised that I'm probably giving your speakers a rattle anyway. So, anyway, you're doing well on this end as well there, Brian. About 20 over S9 if from your station there.
Roger that. 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else, Cowichan Valley and the Malahat? Gabriel Island.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Echo Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Echo Foxtrot. Good evening, Rich. How are you?
A very good evening, Paul, and I am fine. And good evening to all on the net. No traffic tonight.
Okay, no traffic's just fine. We're still looking for Gabriola Island. Ladysmith and Thetis Island. Nanaimo.
7 Bravo Golf Papa.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Golf Papa. Good evening, Jerry.
Good evening. I got no traffic and back to the kitchen.
Okay, no traffic and back to the kitchen you go. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else in Nanaimo? Parksville, Qualicum Beach, and Nanoose.
Good evening, Paul. 7 Alpha Romeo Victor. We have no traffic.
Okay, VE7 Alpha Romeo Victor. Good evening, James, and copy your no traffic. Thank you. Anybody else? Parksville, Qualicum Beach, and Nanoose. Port Alberni.
Yeah, Victor Echo 7 Sierra Alpha.
Victor Echo 7 Sierra Alpha. Good evening, Bruce.
Good evening there, Paul. You took the dust off my needle over here tonight. I have no traffic. Have a good evening.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I can imagining that. Yeah, my the normal audience for my signal is probably a little a little more impressed tonight. So, anyway, thanks very much, Bruce. Anybody else? Port Alberni.
Victor Echo 7 Hotel Charlie Charlie.
Victor Echo 7 Hotel Charlie Charlie. Good evening, John.
Very good evening, Paul. Looking good tonight. You got the mice working overtime. I'm going to have to buy a new needle for my meters because it's wrapped around the pin. Have a good one, lad. No traffic.
Okay, well, thanks very much, sir. I appreciate you coming in. Anybody else in Port Alberni? Salt Spring, Maine, and Galliano Island.
Victor Alpha 7 Alpha X-Ray Hotel.
Okay, we had two stations in there. Keith, if you want to hang on there, we'll pick up Alex first. Victor Alpha 7 Alpha X-Ray Hotel. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, and I have no traffic from Salt Spring.
No traffic from Salt Springs, fine. And Victor Echo 7 Golf Delta Hotel. Keith, how is things with you?
Doing pretty good here, thanks, Paul. Good evening to you and all on that. No traffic from Salt Spring.
Okay, thank you very much for your check-in. Anybody else in the Southern Gulf Islands? Sydney and North Saanich.
Victor Alpha 7 Foxtrot Alpha.
Victor Alpha 7 Foxtrot Alpha. Good evening, Frank.
Yeah, good evening, and I have no traffic tonight, thank you.
No traffic's just fine. Anybody else? Sydney, North Saanich.
Victor Alpha 7 Yankee Bravo Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 7 Yankee Bravo Whiskey. Good evening.
Good evening. No traffic from Sydney.
No traffic from Sydney. Noted. Thank you very much. What's the name there?
It's Pete. Papa Echo Tango Echo.
Okay, thanks very much, Pete. I'll try to remember that for your next check-in. Anybody else? Sydney, North Saanich. Souk.
Victor Echo 7 Golf Charlie Charlie.
Victor Echo 7 Golf Charlie Charlie. Good evening, Corey.
Very good evening, Paul. Nice signal. It's a definite upgrade, and you're still 20 over with my receiving loop on the ground. Anyway, 73 is a no traffic.
Okay, thanks very much, Corey. No traffic, duly noted. Anybody else in Souk? Tofino, Ucluelet in the West Coast. And Victoria and Saanich.
Victor Echo 7, Hotel Alpha Romeo, Jim, no traffic.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, Hotel Alpha Romeo, good evening, and I've noted no traffic. Thanks for your check-in, 7-3.
Victor Echo 7, Alpha Lima.
Victor Echo 7, Alpha Lima, big signal there. Pierre, how are you?
I'm doing very good, thank you very much. And you're 30 over into my G5 RV, and sounding really good. And I didn't take a look, but knowing you probably look great.
Actually, I'm not quite sure how to respond to that, but okay, I'm glad that maybe my face might go with my voice. So anyway. All right, thanks very much, Pierre. I got thrown off there a little bit. Anybody else, Victoria and Saanich?
Victor Echo 7, Juliet, Charlie Zulu.
Japan.
Okay, we had a few of you in there. We're going to pick up Jim first. Victor Echo 7, Juliet, Charlie Zulu. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing well, Paul. Yeah, I'm watching you on YouTube. How would you like to give me a wave? No traffic from the Esquimalt.
Yeah, no traffic from Esquimalt, and the wave has been given. So thanks for your check-in, Jim. There was a couple other stations under there. I think one of them, actually, I don't know. You have to go again. Maybe space them out a bit. Okay, anybody, Victoria Saanich?
Victor Echo 7, America, Japan.
Okay, that was the one I think I was listening for. Victor Echo 7, Alpha, Juliet. Good evening. Any traffic for the BC Net tonight?
I've been doing this since 1975. I've never had any traffic, so I don't think so.
Okay, yes, it seems to be a prevalent response to that query. So although I do know we do have a traffic net that I have actually been putting my little learning cap on and learning how to take formal traffic. So if anybody ever does say, yes, I have traffic, then I will know how to pull out my little pencil and fill in the blanks there. So anyway, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate your check-in. Anybody else, Victoria and Saanich? Okay, that is the bottom of the roll for the island section. Do we have anybody later missed for their check-in island section, BCNet?
Victor Echo 7, Zulu Tango.
Victor Echo 7, Zulu Tango. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Paul, and everybody on the net. I must have fell asleep at the wheel here. You went over the Comox Valley on me there, so I'm QRU.
Okay, copy QRU. No problem. We got you in there. So, anybody later missed in the island section?
Victor Alpha 7, Alpha Charlie Lima.
Okay, Victor Alpha 7, Alpha Charlie Lima. Good evening, Al. What do we have on? Is that the Hot Water 101?
Yeah, you betcha. Warming up the shack. The 18 tubes do a wonderful job. I don't even need the baseboard heater in here. Can you check in Jacqueline, Paul? Victor Alpha 7, Juliet Echo Tango, and myself, Victor Alpha 7, Alpha Charlie Lima, and no traffic, and thanks for taking our check-in.
Yes, thank you very much, you guys. Always appreciate your twofer there. And we're still looking for later mist in the island section.
Contact.
Sorry, go ahead with the contact.
I'd like to call V7 Zulu Tango.
Hey, John, you still in there, V7 Zulu Tango? Oh, he must have run away already.
Okay, thank you very much. V7 Golf Charlie.
Okay, no problem, Corey. Alrighty, anybody else later missed in the island section?
7, Charlie Baker Lehman, Victor 7, Foxtrot, Papa Quebec. Good evening, no traffic.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, Charlie Bravo Lima, and Victor Echo 7, Foxtrot, Papa Quebec. Got you in the log there, Tom, and please say hello to Loretta for us.
I will do.
7-3. Okay, anybody else later missed island section, BCNet?
BE7 Foxtrot Echo India.
Victor Echo 7, Foxtrot Echo India. I've forgotten the name. What's the handle?
Yeah, the name is Rudy from Salt Spring, Paul, and I have no traffic. Thanks for being there.
Okay, thanks very much, Rudy. I'll remember that one for the next time, I hope. Anybody else later missed island section?
Victor Alpha 7, Papa Bravo Papa.
Victor Alpha 7, Papa Bravo Papa. Good evening. Any traffic?
Nope, Howie here in Parksville, and yeah, no traffic.
Okay, thanks very much, Howie. Thanks for your check-in.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else island section before we move on? Okay, we are now at the end of the regular roll. We are going rather overtime here with the over-regulation play, as we say. But be that as it may, we're going to open things up here and see if we have anybody later missed for their check-in. Anywhere in British Columbia, anywhere, general call, come on in.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey November Kilo.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey November Kilo. I believe you are up in Quesnel, but the name escapes me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I forget my name all the time, too. It's Bob up in Quesnel.
Okay, Bob, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I will try to remember that for next time. And yes, I have to sometimes put sticky notes on my mirror in my bathroom so I know who I am when I get up. Anyway, thanks. There was another station in there. You want to try it again?
Victor Echo 7, India Hotel.
Victor Echo 7, India Hotel. Good evening, Rand.
Hey, good evening, Paul. Great to hear you. Good signal tonight. Really good. And no traffic.
Okay, thanks very much. Yes, the band's actually in pretty good shape tonight. Everybody's coming in with pretty nice signals. So, anyway, actually, before we maybe pass things off to the relay stations here, give somebody else a chance to drum up some business. I should say that the net is operating tonight from the station Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie in Coquitlam on the Riverview grounds. Victor Echo 7 Kilo Juliet Romeo Phil and Victor Echo 7 Hotel Sierra Ian have kindly allowed me to try doing the net from this station tonight. So having a bit of fun with that. And if you would like to know what your signal is like when you're transmitting into the net, you can go to YouTube, and the net is live streamed there. If you want to type in BC Public Service Net with today's date, January 12th, 2025, and you can have a listen to what things sound like there for you. So anyway, let's move over and let our relay stations have a go at this. Kilo Lima 7 Quebec Kilo Ned. If you want to open it up and do a general call, and then if you would throw it to Michael, Victor Alpha 7 Mike Juliet Sierra, and then maybe even Todd, see if he can get anybody in there as well. So throw it over to you, KL7QK.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. This is Kilo Lima 7, Quebec Kilo to the BC Public Service Net. Looking for any station, any direction, please call.
Juliet Lima.
Okay, heard 2 in there, the Juliet Lima, please stand by. Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Charlie, good evening. Any traffic, sir?
Good evening from Vernon. No traffic here, 7-3.
And 7-3 right back, thank you. And the station ending Juliet Lima, please fill the call.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, Juliet Lima.
Okay, got it that time, thank you. Victor Echo 7, Lima, Juliet Lima. Any traffic, sir?
No traffic, and Paul's looking good on YouTube tonight.
He does look good on YouTube. Thank you very much, and good evening. Any other stations later missed from any direction for the BC Net? KL7QK for relay.
Victor Echo 7 Kilo Hotel.
Victor Echo 7 Kilo Hotel. Good evening, sir. Any traffic?
No traffic, but enjoy watching the live stream YouTube. Great job there, the guys at the Coquitlam Club. Thanks very much. VE7KA73.
Yeah, they always do a great job there, so I appreciate that. Okay, one more call from this station. KL7QK for the BC Public Service Net, looking for any station, any direction. Please call.
Victor Alpha 7, Golf Victor Whiskey.
Alpha Juliet Echo.
Okay, heard 3, got 2. Victor Alpha 7, Golf Victor Whiskey. Any traffic, sir?
No traffic from West Fraser, Quesnel, 7-3.
Thank you very much, and 7-3 back. And the station ending Alpha Juliet Echo, again, please?
Victor Echo 7, Alpha Juliet Echo.
Victor Echo Alpha Juliet Echo. No traffic. First time check-in on this.
Okay, well, welcome to the British Columbia Public Service Net. That's Victor Echo 6 Alpha Juliet Echo, and the net is on 7 days a week. So I'd love to have you come back whenever you can. And thanks for the check-in. And the station not acknowledged. There was one more station. Please call.
Victor Alpha 6 November Juliet Kilo.
Victor Alpha 6 November Juliet Kilo. Good evening, sir. Traffic?
No traffic from the eastern edge of Alberta in Lloydminster. Thank you.
All right, good signal from Lloydminster. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. All right, that's enough for me. Over it goes to you, Michael. Victor Alpha 7, Mike Juliet Sierra, KL7 Quebec Kilo, and I'm going to QSY to the Alaska net. Thanks, everybody, and thanks for doing the net, Paul. Over to you, Mike.
Thanks very much, Ned.
Okay, thanks, Ned. Victor Alpha 7, Mike Juliet Sierra, relay for BC Public Service Net. We're looking for anybody late or missed, any direction, general call. We missed any stations in any direction for the BC Public Service Net. Call now. Hearing nothing. VE7 Golf Bravo Oscar Victor Alpha 7 Mike Juliet Sierra. Take it away, Todd.
Okay, thanks for that, Mike. I don't think I'll have any luck here. It's pretty light here. Any stations from any direction, BC Public Service Net?
Victor Alpha 7 Alpha Hotel Kilo. Take that.
Victor Alpha 7 Alpha Hotel Kilo. Good evening there, Alex.
Good evening, Todd, and hello, Mike. And you caught me, and I have no traffic.
I got you. There we go. And no traffic. Thanks very much, Alex. Good evening to you. Any further stations from any direction, BC Net?
VE6APU.
Victor 6 Alpha Papa Uniform. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, sir. I've checked in already from Rocky Mountain House, but I put YouTube on, and I'm experiencing about a 25-second delay from live to on YouTube. Just thought I'd add that information on.
Oh, it is indeed. Yeah, that's right. It is quite lengthy. Quite a delay with regards to that. I don't know why it's called live, but there is a delay there, all right. Anyway, thanks very much for that. Thanks for the recheck. Victor Echo 6 Alpha Papa Uniform 73. Anyone else from any direction for the BC Public Service Net? Last call to station. Anyone from any direction, BC Net? Oh, just the two there, Paul. Back to you.
Okay, thanks very much, gentlemen, for that. Yes, I do believe there has to be a delay there for technical reasons. That there is a lag behind, so it is what it is. So I am still live. Anyway, one more call from me. This is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec net control tonight for the British Columbia Public Service Net. I'm using the station facilities at Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. Do we have anybody anywhere late or missed for check-in? Come on in. Victor Echo 7 Kilo Juliet Romeo remote. You almost blew my headphones off. Well, yes, thank you very much for that, Phil. Yes, I've been very impressed with the facilities here. So I think I'll just do one more call and get the net wrapped up. This is the British Columbia Public Service Net for Sunday evening. We're looking for later missed check-ins from anybody, any direction, general call.
Victor Echo 7 Foxtrot Bravo Kilo.
Victor Echo 7 Foxtrot Bravo Kilo. Good evening. Any traffic?
Good evening. No traffic, and have a wonderful evening. 73.
Yes, thank you very much. You have a great evening as well. Anybody else later missed British Columbia Public Service Net? General call, come on in.
Victor Echo 6 Juliet Golf Bravo.
Victor Echo 6 Juliet Golf Bravo. Good evening. Any traffic for the net tonight?
Yeah, you're 520, or 520, 59 plus 20 here into Brazeau County, QRU 73.
Okay, very good. You're about 5 over S9 into the coast here in the lower mainland BC, so good signal. Anybody else later missed check-in BC Public Service Net general call?
Victor Echo 6 Papa Radio.
Victor Echo 6 Papa Radio.
Big signal, you're 20 over. West from Calgary, no traffic.
Okay, thank you very much. I got you a little over S9 from Calgary. Good signals. Band's in good condition tonight. Anyway, we got, far more Albertans tonight than we have had for a while. So anybody else later missed check-in British Columbia Public Service Net general call, come on in. Okay, I don't hear anything. So this concludes the British Columbia Public Service Net for this evening. Hang on a second here. Well, the net had 137 check-ins tonight. That's a bit of a boost from a regular Sunday evening, I shall say, and I think the band can be partially credited for that. Certainly the size of my voice certainly helped, and the ability to be able to get some of our friends from Alberta in there is really good too. So anyway, my thanks to the stations that supplied the relays. That would be Victor Alpha 7 Quebec India Eric, KL7QK Ned, Victor Alpha 7 Mike Juliet Sierra Mike, and Todd, Victor Echo 7 Golf Bravo Oscar. Thank you guys for helping out. As well as to those that gave us clear operating frequency. And I would certainly also like to thank Phil, V7 Kilo Juliet Romeo, and Ian, Victor Echo 7 Hotel Sierra for hosting me here. I've actually had a pretty good time tonight, and I'll certainly come back and do this again. It's actually very nice, nice facilities here. Like I said, if you have the opportunity, maybe get a hold of Phil and maybe set up a little tour of their station here. It is very well appointed and very comfortable, and I'm sure you'll be impressed. So. Anyway, with that, I guess we'll wrap her up here, and if you will tune in tomorrow evening at 0130 UTC, we'll do this all over again. But Don Victor Echo 7 Delta Kilo will be at the microphone, and he'll be your net control station. So the net is now closed out at 0304 hours, so that would be 94 minutes for our net this evening. So anyway, thanks everybody for bearing with me doing the gig here from tonight. So the net is now closed out, and thank you in 7-3. This is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec at Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie out.
Hey, it sounded really good there tonight, Paul. Hey, congrats.
Well, thank you very much, Michael. It's it's just, getting used to kind of doing something a little at a different station. That's basically it. Sort of once I got the hang of it, it went pretty well. So anyway, it was kind of fun to have the live stream and stuff like that too. And I know when Rolly does the net, I actually go in and I'll have a listen to what my signal sounds like, what my audio sounds like, that kind of thing. So hopefully folks will get to do that, get that information for the betterment of their stations. So anyway, thanks again, Mike. Always good to hear you in there.
Alrighty, hey, it's good to see you putting the needle, the S meter into the red, which doesn't happen too often. Anyway, you're a good 10-15 over here most of the night. So that's really good. I think the 25-second delay is so that people can actually hear themselves, and it gets rid of the possible audio feedback problem. I would think that's the reason they did that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Phil and Ian are the tech guys there, so I'll get them. I'll maybe have an answer for that question next time I talk to you. So anyway, I better roll up the carpet here and turn the close sign on and make my way. So thank you very much. Talk to you guys later. Did you copy all that, Todd?
I do, Roger. You're 137 in 94 minutes. Yeah, well, there's, what is it, 30, you had 36 more from last Sunday in half an hour's time. So there you go. Half an hour more, I should say. Anyway, very good evening to you there. 7-3, good evening to you, Paul, and to everybody else in that. 7-3, Victor Echo 7 Golf, Bravo Oscar.
Yes, a little bit of a trade-off with the extra numbers and the extra time. So anyway. All right, thanks very much. It's Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec. I'll be clear.